South should shut up their mouths. The land there over there is Biafra. And there was never a time Igbo man like Ekpa on land is contesting for the oil land. What we are contesting for everybody is freedom. If we go there, we join ourselves together, we run a successful economy. An economy that will favor everybody. If that could bring any bad blood or another fight, I think South, we can leave them. So oil is not the problem. What we are agitating for is let Biafra go their own way in a peaceful way. South themselves are not fighting Biafra now. Yes, Ekpa is not going to find it difficult because South themselves are preparing for the exit of Biafra from Nigeria. It's going to be, let me say, a diplomatic thing because they, South, all of them are Igbos. The only person Ekpa will be telling to prepare is the people that are fighting or contesting their Igbo nationality. I don't know to understand. People like Nyesonwike. There are those big fish. Those big fish, yes, in the South, because you can't fight your brother. Southern man is your brother. They are teamly Igbos. You don't. When Biafra see the way, nobody will tell a man. Because a man will actually join Biafra. A man is tired of Nigeria. In River State. But they say they are no. It is not again. If you go through social media, listen to them, it is not anymore. They are not from Ududua. They are not. That was old time story. It is not. Many of them, many Bini man, they will even tell you. It is old story. They are not. No link at all. No link. So what I'm trying to say is that all those bankers, all those Awori, these people, the name Esson, you know, in your area. So those people actually they have traced their origin, their ancestry to this area, Egala, all those areas. Those people they are one. So South, even some part of Mid Belt, they will come by themselves. Ekpa is not supposed to be worrying himself because immediately Biafra happens, he's gonna be, see the way. It's gonna be a celebration of things. Nobody that is willing to stay. I'm telling you that even some Ondo people are praying to see the way from South.S and join Biafra. Because Nigeria is a hellfire. Nigeria is just a hellfire, not like. It can be metaphorical. Yeah. Nigeria cannot be a metaphorical hellfire. Nigeria is totally a hellfire. Hell. We are in a hell. It is only that God is showing us mercy. By the mercy of God, we are surviving here. So forget Ekpa, bruising himself about fighting South. No, Ekpa can't fight his brothers. The Southerners are our brothers. And once Biafra sees away, they are with us. Nobody can contest it. Asari Dokubo cannot contest it. Government Tompolo cannot contest it. These people have been bribed by what? Their Fulani masters. And the Fulani now knows that the game is up. They are coming and importing many jihadists into the north to fight Hausa. And Hausa is being apprehensive. They know it. They are being apprehensive that the Lakrua, Ansaru, Hesme, Lukarawas, they are all Fulani mercenaries. They just want to team up with Fulani and they grab the land, Islamize every Christians, everybody in the north. That is the agenda that Osman Danfodio was at least, funding for many years now. Osman Danfodio, their founding father, was the one that brought all these ideologies of Islamization of things in the north. And it seemed that Nnamdi Kanu has been at least watched the Hausas into believing in their weak point in the past. That the Hausas were made slaves by the Fulanis. And that's why Fulani has actually seen that Hausas that have begun to understand where they come from. Started importing all manner of jihadists from Middle East, from Libya, from Niger, from Mali, and so on and so forth. All those Sahel countries. So it is a war. And it is war for the north. Because jihadists that come to south, they are wasting their time. They will all go in what? Body sacks. Yes. They will all be disallowed. None of them will remain. Even one will not escape. So it is hunger and other things that they will use to fight the Hausas. when they have actually at least blocked them from farming, having access to their farmlands. And if you look at what is going on in the north today, it is hunger everywhere. There is food drought, much food scarcity. And that is, these are the weapons the Fulani jihadis are using to fight their Hausa counterparts.
But we've seen some of these Niger Delta people, they've come and said that why Samuel Ekpa is trying to cajole them to come to Biafra is because of their oil. The oil, they know they have enough reserve of oil, there in the Niger Delta. That's why Ekpa is wanting to and take over the South as well as the South-East.
South should shut up their mouths. The land there over there is Biafra, and there was never a time Igbo man like Ekpa on land is contesting for the oil land. What we are contesting for everybody is freedom. If we go there, we join ourselves together, we run a successful economy, an economy that will favor everybody. If that could bring any bad blood or another fight, I think South, we can leave them. We have 5 states. We have some Igbo deltas that can join us if they like. I don't know what I understand. Since the quest for Biafra emancipation, I don't see oil being an issue. I don't see oil bringing bone of contention between the Jaws, Calabaris, and Igbos. If it matters most, we stay. But all I know is that burning island you are seeing is owned by King Jaja of Opobo. King Jaja of Opobo is an Igbo man. He's from Arochukwu. Okay, let us forget about this internal conflict. When Biafra goes, we know how we settle it. Ekpa is not wrestling anybody because of oil. Ekpa is fighting hard to make sure that Biafra sees away from the Republic of Zoo, Nigeria.
Okay. But do you think that if people like Asari Dokubo, even Paradun Clark, we've seen him come out and distance himself from the Biafra agitation cause, do you think that if they come together and work with people like Ekpa, do you think that the freedom that they've always wanted will finally come to fruition?
Yeah, it's gonna come to be. It will be so easy. Why? The war we fight, war of Biafra Nigerian civil war. They follow. Okay. They doing Clark them, they follow. The Urobo, the Warri people, they follow. That land it belongs to Biafra. That was where Nigeria, because we are all in central states. We are the southeastern Nigeria. It was Fulani politics that devised us. They put gap between us and the Jaws, the Warri, the Calabaris. They called us Southeast. They called these people North. North is just a geographical division. There's nothing like South, North, blah blah. North are North. South are South, West, Southeastern Nigeria. Finish. Who are the Southeastern Nigeria? From the Mid Belt, Benue State, Kogi State down to Atlantic Ocean, axis of Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, they are all Southeast. The Niger Delta, you see, we are the same with them. I don't understand. The former Bende State, there are Igbos, largely Igbos, that is translated today to Delta and Edo State. They are largely Igbos. So it can bring problem. It can never bring problem. When Biafra see the way, Ohanezes, they will come together and know how to do it. At least Ohanese, Deltas are included. Benue people are included. All these Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, they are included. There was enough consultation made by Ojukwu before the war started. He met with all of them, the Efik, the Bibio, they are among the Ohanezes. So I don't know why somebody is troubled over oil. Am I troubled over oil as an Igbo man? Come to Imo State and see oil. Am I going to start fighting a German, South Deltas over natural gas? Come to Anambra State. We have the largest natural gas deposit in Africa. It's in Anambra State. So oil is not the problem. What we are agitating for is let Biafra go their own way in a peaceful way.
Some people in the east, number one, Hope Uzodinma, 2. Peter Mba, Enugu State Governor, 2. This set of people are the people who joined to the ICC supporters, Al-Qaeda supporters. Are you seeing it? It's because Hope Uzodinma never think good of his people. If he does, he wouldn't have ever been in support of Al-Qaeda, in support of ICC, in support of Boko Haram and Hamas and the rest.
Of God, that military to fight the alleged or the incoming by the prophet, the incoming strong terrorists coming soon.
But by the grace of God, glory be to Jesus Christ. Because I will not stop praising God, giving the adoration that is due to him, because he's the owner and the maker of every living things, both the living and non-living. He is under his control. Now listen and listen good. Nigerian military doesn't have what it takes. They are not well equipped, neither are they well trained to face what is about to face them. Listen and listen good, because they have been failing and they have been failing and they will continue to fail. Imagine a place, a state whereby the Qaeda ICC coupled with the Boko Haram and what is the name of this recent one? Hezbollah, and there's another one, and there's this one coming from Hamas side and Iran coupled together. Look at them. And you say Nigerian military to go and combat with them, with the empty hand, with their blood, with the which train? Who trained them? They are not well trained. They don't have the combat equipment, material stores than those people. Those ones are well equipped. And see, they say there is a saying that Imo State. But why is it that every time all these terrorist people, they will be pointing Imo State? It's like this man, Hope Uzodinma, is a terrorist. Hope Uzodinma have joined the Al-Qaeda group. Like Obama too, the chief organizer of Al-Qaeda. So they are now forming the formidable force to come and destabilize Imo State, and which I believe, if Uzodinma is not careful, hey, making nothing saying no escape by joining them. His family did not escape. Because when they start to disturb, terrorists no send you whether you get family or not. Then go burn you, their brother, especially you will be Hope Uzodinma. Then there's another state that we attack. They said, according to their own map, Abuja is inclusive, Plateau is inclusive, Niger State is inclusive. I think Lagos State too. Imo State, Plateau,
Benue,
Maiduguri,
Abuja,
Kano, and Lagos State. Now listen, it's good that this thing is coming. It's good that this thing is coming, so that every state and every quarter recruits. As for my side, the Biafra will recruit, and we will continue to recruit and to rebuild. Listen and listen good. We don't want Fulani, we don't want Fulani. We don't want terrorists, we don't want terrorists. The way they took over Niger State, they conquer Nigerian military. They will not conquer Biafra in Biafra land. Hope Uzodinma, every strategy you like to use, you cannot overcome us in our land. It is our father's land, and that land has been in existence before you were born, even before your father.
But do you not think Uzodinma is doing well to curb this insecurity?
Hope Uzodinma is not doing well. If he's doing well, he shouldn't have alliance with the terrorists. He shouldn't have a partnering with Al-Qaeda, with ICC, with Boko Haram, with Hamas. Do you know that in Kuwait today, all the Hamas people has been deported from Kuwait? Do you know, as I'm talking to you, that Egypt resisted Hamas from entering into their country? Do you know today, as I'm talking to you, countries like Saudi Arabia, they resist Hamas from coming into their country? Then it's only Nigeria, a dumping place of terrorists, are the one welcoming this set of group of people. Are you hearing me? So Hope Uzodinma, you can never win, no matter what you do. If you like, go and carry Iran on their own and come down to Imo State, you will remain a loser.
Okay, but let's not forget what the ambassador to Nigeria for Israel said. He said recently, he said the Iranian government are working with the Nigerian government to sponsor insecurity here in Nigeria. Do you not think that as regard what Prophet Ayodele is saying, do you not think it's really
It's
true?
no, I'm not thinking. I don't need to imagine it nor think it. It is the genuine truth. No one thing about Nigeria is that we lack truth. And Nigeria have been using this to deceive many Nigerians. But thank God for social media. You see the impact, you see the good side of the information of Oyibo, the Oyibo technology. That is why we need Biafra, so that we too can come up with our own technology. Because there is something that is inside of every Biafran man and woman that is hidden. Thank God for social media. Now Nigeria cannot fool us any longer. Are you getting it? They cannot cover their evil any longer. There is a limit of which their atrocities could be covered in this country. Are you getting it? So what the man said is what Ayodele indirectly prophesying, whether it's a prophecy or not prophecy, but Ayodele is saying it. That means, in other words, Ayodele now is now agreeing with what the man said. They are using the mutual agreement now that yes, what this man said is true. I have seen it.
But Tinubu now, do you not think Tinubu do you not think they should at time they start sitting up as regards
Yes.
because I said this terrorists now will be more powerful than this one that came up just recently in Sokoto State.
Excuse me. You say Tinubu should do what? Tinubu have nothing to do. He cannot do anything.
Tinubu and the government, and the military.
Hello, excuse me. Point of correction. Tinubu cannot do anything.
What do you say?
Because how many, when you talk of the politicians, the northern have more politicians in Nigerian cabinet than every other side of this Nigeria. So, and not only that, even some other part of Nigeria politicians have joined them too to carry out that evil. Are you getting it? So Tinubu cannot cover it. Terrorism in Nigeria are being sponsored by Nigerian politicians. Don't you see it? They are being sponsored by Nigerian politicians. So if now, do they have money? Those terrorists, do they have, where are they getting their money to buy guns? Who is giving them the route, the way, the source? Who is signing that? Then we never chop. How them go take see money, buy gun? So definitely, the politicians are the one sponsoring it.
How are they even importing the guns?
That is what I say. The source by which the gun is coming to Nigeria is another thing. If the politicians are not involved, if the politicians do not approve it, if their signature is not in that note, in that file, so they are the source of the terrorism in Nigeria. They are the source of the atrocities that is going on in this country. Are you getting? So you see why I say that Tinubu, don't listen. Later, one day you will hear Tinubu. He will tell you, just like other presidents, they will tell you that his hands are tied, because they always tie their hand. Only in Nigeria that they used to tie their hand when they get into power. So Tinubu hand the two, they don't tie them too. Maybe they even tie him on top of one tree and tie his leg too. Are you getting it? So his hand and legs have been tied. In fact, Tinubu has been kidnapped. He's under cage. So he cannot do anything because he's in the midst of the people that are higher than him. Majority carries the vote. Yoruba go say, Melo ni Tinubu. How many be Tinubu? How many? Not only one. Not only one. The terrorists, then them plenty pass. Even there are some Western politicians, some of them are against Tinubu too. They are as well supporting the Al-Qaeda, ICC, and whatever that is going on in Nigeria. Some people in the East, number one, Hope Uzodinma too. Peter Mba, Enugu State Governor too. This set of people are the people who joined to the ICC supporters, Al-Qaeda supporters. Are you seeing it? You see that the Tinubu hand are seriously and thoroughly tied. You get it now. So he cannot do anything. He has nothing to offer. God bless you.
But do you not think that those of the man now, mostly for the Igbos, I'm sorry for Imo people, indigenous. Do you not think that it's that time they now start even they should get local vigilante that can also help them, because I feel that this what prophet is saying might really come to pass. So you not think they should be cautious, mostly the Imo like.
That is what most of them are wahala. That is his own cup of tea. That should be his own headache. I don't have business with that, because most of them never think good of his people. If he does, he wouldn't have ever been in support of Al-Qaeda, in support of ICC, in support of Boko Haram and Hamas and the rest. Even the present and the one that is yet to even come, that is on their way. Are you getting it? So he's their member. And in fact, listen, I'm having an information now that is their information minister. Hope Uzodinma is their information minister. You understand me? So on this note, Tinubu cannot do anything. His hands are tied. And Hope Uzodinma is not thinking anything good. Neither did they have any future for the Imo people. Let the Imo indigenous wake up from their slumber. May they not allow themselves to be used as an scapegoat. May God bless you.
Go and sit down by telling Ekpa that he's not going to succeed on dividing Nigeria. Soto, his ancestors are from Futajelo Island, and their father, their ancestral father, jihadist Ottoman Danfodio, can no longer succeed on Islamizing Nigeria. Are you listening to me? Yeah. South.S should go and sit down. He should prepare this time around to go to the gallows. It's a great force, trying to push Biafra into freedom and liberation with the appointment of Chief of Staff of the United States of America, Mrs. Susie Willis, by Donald Trump. I see you, I see my man, BRG, that's our Prime Minister in exile, and Simon Ekpa Njoku, dancing dances of victory. That was beginning of this last just week gone, It was dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing for the song, for the music of victory. It's a song of victory, as sung by Robert Arukeli. So he was dancing towards Asurok to let them know that Kanu is already out. As I'm talking to you now, the appointment of Susie Willis is a boost, great boost for Biafrans, because we are no longer even agitating again. We are just folding our hands, watching the Western world agitating Biafra just to emancipate. I'm telling you that the whole Europe, Biafra is the object of discussion, the subject of discussion, and the topicalities, across Asia and the American nations. They are all debating and at least profiling ways to see that Nnamdi Kanu is absolutely let off the hook. Then again, with the appointment of this woman as the Chief of Staff of the United States of America, we are seeing Biafra being a topic again, once again, in the House of Congress. I tell you that we are all laughing, we are all smiling, we are all dancing as a result of the blessings that God has bestowed on Biafra nation. This morning, I tell you, across Aso Rock and its environ, there was much uneasy calmness, tranquility. You know what? The cat is about to let off the sack. Who is going to do that? Because he has been bailed and jailed by the Nigerian government under Buhari for over getting to 48 months now by administration of Buhari. But we see what played out recently. The same man incarcerated as a result of agitation of Oduduwa Republic was let off the hook by his brother Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the most tribalized, clannish, ethnocentric president Nigeria has ever had. Even if I put cluelessness, I am right, because I remembered the U.S. president, newly elected president of America, saying, giving press interaction, interview by saying that Tinubu is the most clueless president Nigeria has ever heard. You know, Donald Trump is a motivational speaker. He is an author. He is an artist. He's a movie actor, and he has written many books as an author of public address. Trump knows how to move group of people by what? Verbal strength. What is coming out from his mouth, his wordings are so what? Motivational. That is my own president. That's the kind of person I want, a man with unequal oratory, rendition, or eloquence. See, let me tell you this time around, biafra is made a topic, topicalities in most of the Senate House, parliamentarian house in Europe, in Asia, and America is not left out because the whole congressmen and the people that Nnamdi Kanu was lobbying to meet or to have interaction with the GOP during Trump's administration.